Hello, my friends, and thank you so much for tuning in today. My name is Emmy. For first timers, welcome to my YouTube channel, welcome to my Facebook page, and for return viewers, I appreciate you guys very much and I love you for following me and for supporting my ministry. This is my calling to encourage people, to lift people up, and in return, I lift myself up too. You don't know how many times I have heard my own voice I have even watched my own videos to encourage and to build my own faith. So I appreciate you guys very much and I thank you for taking the time to click and to watch. So I'm not gonna take a lot of your time. I will try and make it under 6 minutes. So let's get started. So do you hate your job? Do you hate your job? I myself have been there before. I've worked in jobs that I hated or I didn't like very much. Perhaps the environment wasn't ideal, the kind of job that I was doing I didn't like. And I know perhaps you're there yourself, and you probably have been forced to do what you're doing today because of circumstances. You have to, provide for your family. For whatever reason you're still in that job. I want you to know that God put you in that job for a reason. And I want you to turn your struggles into triumphs. So there is something in that job that you can learn or perfect or work towards perfecting it that you can use in your dream job, in your calling, in your business that you're setting up. And I want you to turn around and begin to see that job as a training ground that God has put you through. So perhaps you work in a toxic environment where people gossip, they have passed you over promotion. It is pretty tough. It's a very competitive industry, and you just don't seem to get a breakthrough. I want you to turn those struggles and see them as opportunities. I bet you can use those skills that you need. You can turn the gossiping as working on people skills, how to get along with people, how to not catch feelings, how to not take things personal. Because once you get to have your own business or once you start your own ministry, it is a bigger platform. And the things that you're going through today are going to be like 10 times more than what you're going through right now. So use that as a platform. I want you to see it as a platform where God is training you. I bet you can sharpen your communication skills. I bet you can, maybe your job is very strict with time. God is using that so that you can learn time management skills. If your dream is to start a business, this is your training ground for time, because in future you're going to have to keep time when you tell your clients that you're going to meet them. So open your eyes and begin to appreciate this job and turn your struggles into your own assets. This is really your training ground. God put you there for a reason. God put you there for a reason. And I want you to begin to open up your eyes, open up your heart, and see it as a blessing. And then number two, I just wanted to know, do you have a dream? And how far or where are you in pursuing that dream? Or did you stop dreaming? Or what is your excuse not to dream? I know one particular excuse that people use, people like me, people my age. They use age as an excuse, like, I've gone really old, I can't pursue that anymore. I wanted to let you know about a few people who have succeeded or who tried, who pursued their dreams at a later age. I'll just give you one example. The founder of KFC started his franchise, the KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken, at the age of 62. And this is where he started. He just didn't wake up one day and said, I'm going to start KFC. So he had a gas station, and the gas station was by the highway. So a lot of bikers would stop by his gas station and ask him for a recommendation where they could eat. And he was like, I'm getting all these people asking me where they could eat. I can cook some really good chicken. So he started working on chicken recipe. And before you know it, he opened his first restaurant. And that was the beginning of KFC franchise at the age of 62. So what is your excuse? Is your excuse, I'm in Mashambani and this place is so limited, people are racist, people are tribalist, I don't belong to them, I don't feel like I belong. Sam Walton, one of the co-founders of Walmart, he lived in Arkansas. Arkansas is really, no, I'm not hating, but it is really Mashambani. And that's where the first Walmart started, the first Walmart store. That's where the success story started. So, what is your excuse? I want to share a Bible verse in the book of Proverbs chapter 6, verses 4. You know what it says? It says, "Don't put it off, do it now, don't rest until you do." So don't put it off. Don't put off your dreams. What is your excuse? What is your one excuse? Maya Angelou once said, God rest her soul in peace. She said that we are the dream and the hope of our ancestors. We are the dream and the hope of our ancestors. We are the hope of the slaves that came to this country and fought so that we can have equal rights, so that a black person like me can go to work and not be judged by my skin color. I am the hope and the dream of my mother. My mother went to school late in her life. She was a teenager. During her time, women or girls were not allowed to go to school. But by the time she was a teenager, the Kenyan government had started supporting that initiative, and that's when she took the opportunity to go to school even though she was late in her life. Every time I think of her story, I don't have an excuse not to succeed or not to dream bigger. I am the dream and the hope of my mother. I am the dream and the hope of Jesus Christ. He died so that I can be free of shame. He died, or he came to this world so that I can have an example to follow. I am the dream and the hope of all the Africans that died so that they could free their country, so that I can proudly say I am Kenyan. You are the dream and the hope of someone who gave up something. So I want you to dream. I don't want you to put off your dreams. Just like the Bible says, do not put it off. Do it now. Don't rest until you do. So I hope this was a blessing to you. And until next time, thank you so much for listening. God bless you guys. Bye-bye.